Hi Taurus, welcome to your October 2018 monthly readings. Different location, house sitting for my sister. So I'm going to be using, well, you got the number 13. Somebody else got that sign. I think I brought up a Taurus too in that video. So I'm going to be using these cards called the 22 Gifts. They're based on, they're in Hebrew. They're based on Kabbalah. It is an interest of mine as well as every other religion and culture. Being a Sag is hard, you guys. The number 13, for me personally, the number 13 is great. Okay, but if you add 1 and 3, numerology-wise, that adds up to a 4. 4 is structure and stability. Okay, so you're really working on this. Again, I've said it in other readings, when you have to repeat yourself, you get a little tired of that, right? You know? But the reason I chose these readings was due to the planetary alignments that we have now and them changing up on us. Venus being in Scorpio and it's retrograde, we're in a transformation stage. It has to do with the self. It's not so much outwardly, it's the self, okay? And Scorpio is transformation, so you have to change the self in order to transform, okay? It's like the caterpillar turning into the cocoon, and then from the cocoon turning into the butterfly. Okay, the self-reflective phase is the cocoon phase. Once you've learned the lessons, because Scorpio is based about lessons and karmic lessons, hard lessons, lessons that people don't want to really learn, or things they don't want to face, things they don't want to do. Okay, Scorpio goes to the depths that others don't. Okay, it's a very deep, underground, profound energy. Okay, but they always come out as the phoenix rising. Okay, and with Jupiter going into Sag, that'll be like, you know, Jupiter and Scorpio move into Jupiter and Sag. It's like after the lessons come the blessings. Okay, we're going in. 4 is very Cancerish, so it has to do with ancestry, past lives. Okay, home. Home is where the heart is. A lot of people could be moving back to an old place that they used to live. Okay, people are soul searching, but also purifying their hearts right now. Cancer. North Node is going into Cancer, so ancestry is going to become quite important to a lot of people, historical facts and things like that, but people are going to be searching for their homes, right? So a lot of people are going to be more intuitive. You know, my personal opinion, the way I think and what I feel is that things like tarot and astrology are going to be a lot more accepted, but I also feel like people are going to be following their hearts a lot, be more intuitive and in their feelings, okay? Dreaming a lot, past life things, you know, like dealing with past life karmas, okay? Like, it's not going to be an easy energy to feel for everybody, depending on what they have in their chart, okay? But it is going to be a healing time for everybody. It's the way I perceive things. Okay, so with the number 13, this has 2 booklets, this deck. One is more self-reflective and the other is a more positive one. Okay, so just picture one being Scorpio and one being Sag. Face those demons, people. Okay, I chose this just specifically because the planet changes that everybody's going to be going through. Everybody's going to be feeling it, and everybody's got the same work that they have to do, just different lessons to learn, right? Everybody's paper in life, the tests that they're given are different. So there's no use looking at somebody else's paper because their questions are going to be completely different than yours. And that's how you fail. So it's focused on the self-love. Okay. Blue being water too. Okay. Water is very fluid, flowing. It can also, it's very healing. It's, you know, water signs are great listeners. So it's like, pause is what I'm feeling for you guys. Okay, like, okay, so it says the letter will make it easier for you to flow with the circumstances, especially in cases where you refuse changes and act rigidly. For those who are not in touch with their emotions and approach life by cool logic only, the letter reminds you that your connection to the world and to people will be stronger and more tangible through emotions. The letter directs you to avoid confrontations that might put you at risk, to be flexible, and to find alternative ways to attain your ambitions. For those who cannot delay immediate gratification and fight to achieve their desires here and now, it is recommended to practice restraint. Pause. Okay? Not to waste energy on conflicts and struggles, to act discreetly, efficiently below the surface, and in order to avoid objections along the way. Your ambitions will come true over time if you are patient and willing to sacrifice yourself to the cause. Okay, Taurus. In the positive book, it says the letter connects between the spheres of eternity and splendor. Okay, it is associated with water elements, and you can see that with the blue. Okay, so emotions and feelings, very cancerish. I feel like it's more to do with ancestors, past lives, that type of thing. Okay, hidden knowledge. It says this card will encourage creation and regeneration. It helps you flow with life without resisting the circumstances, to sacrifice and surrender yourself to higher forces that are working on your behalf in mysterious ways. Will teach you to give up the ego, desires, and expectations in order to achieve superior goals. Will give you strength to support others without causing yourself a heartbreak. To be patient when things do not work out right away to your satisfaction. It will improve your flexibility and adaptability. This card is the glue that holds people together. It will help you develop maternal, protective, and nourishing skills. Okay, and when the card comes up, it's a good time for new beginnings and fulfillment of aspiration in the winter months. Okay, so the winter is going to have some importance to you guys. It's not like what I'm getting. Okay, it's funny because when I said Taurus came through in the other reading that got that card. Okay, and what came through was I once worked with the Taurus. Okay, and he was my superior, my boss. And one day something came up. I can't remember what it was. It was mind blowing though what he said. And Taurus is the Hierophant, so in the High Priestess. And what he said to me, he first asked me, it was about the word assume. Okay, you don't want to assume things here, you guys. Okay, so don't assume you're right and don't assume you're wrong. Okay, or don't assume the other person's right or the other person's wrong. Okay, so he first asked me what I thought assume means, and then I responded to him. And then he said to me, he goes, you never want to assume. He goes, because assume is pretty self-explanatory, and the answer is in the question. It was very much a Merlin moment, you guys. And I was like, I looked at him all confused. I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, well, what does assume? What is the answer in the question? And he goes, when you assume things, okay, it makes an ass out of you and me. It was a fantastic answer. Mind blowing. I was mind blowing, you guys. Okay, so in your case, don't assume things. Okay, because it's gonna make an ass out of you and the other person. All right, you want to pause. You want to be receptive, and you want to really trust your intuition. Okay, because it's water, it's intuition, and you want to flow with the circumstances as they come. Okay, because Bruce Lee often comes to mind when I get this card. Oh man, the way I get things is so weird. It's all right. And Bruce Lee has that saying, be like water, my friend. Okay, because when water goes into the teapot, it becomes a teapot. Okay, when it goes into a cup, it becomes a cup. Okay, like it goes into a pot, it becomes the pot. Okay, water takes shape and form of whatever it's placed in. Okay, so it's very flexible. We had a card that flipped up. You have the Tower, okay, and it says break. Okay, some of you guys may need a vacation. When the Tower comes in, it's like, well, first of all, unorthodox is coming through, unexpected is coming through. It could be for the positive, it could be for the negative. It is Scorpio season. I personally am terrified in Scorpio season. I'm not even gonna lie, you guys, okay, because I got the Scorpio Saturn, Pluto, and South Node. All right, so my lessons are in Scorpio. In every Scorpio season, like something happens. Let's just put it that way. You have the Six of Cups. Okay, it's talking about dreams. I mean, this is talking about, what? Your dreams are closer than you think. They're more tangible than you actually know. Okay. Tower is something shocking coming to fruition, and it can be changed, okay? And for Tauruses, it can be hard to change. I love Tauruses, though, personally. I find you guys so unique, even more unique than Aquarius. You guys fascinate me. As somebody that has a Mars and Venus and Aquarius, I'm not even gonna lie, you guys. I can be a little bit like a mad scientist with life. Like I like, and especially because of my Virgo placement and my Sag placements, okay, and my Scorpio placements. I just like I like to observe people, okay, and Tauruses, you guys fascinate the hell out of me. You really do, because you're supposed to be stubborn and, you know, like you're an earth sign, so very fixed, you know, like very, you know, like earth signs are very prim and proper, you know, that's the way I kind of perceive them. But yet Tauruses are so fascinating to me because you guys, you can be very fast talkers. All right. You're very, you can be very happy go lucky too. You're quite unique, you know, and that's where the stubbornness comes in because you guys are fully yourself. And I adore that. Okay. As long as you're fully yourself, okay, and you think outside of the box, not inside the box. You want to be outside the box here. See things in a different perspective. You're going to move, you're going to flow towards your dreams, it's saying. And you got capabilities, the Page of Wands, it's a messenger, okay? It's fire-oriented, your passions, desires. So your dreams are more tangible than you actually know. Your heart's desire, your true heart's desire is actually, and you got the Ten of Pentacles. It's like a phoenix. It's kind of cool, eh? It says wealth on there. So things are more tangible than you actually know. Man, I feel like your reading's going to be quick. And I like the energies. It's good because some of the readings were like really long. I have no control of like how it comes out or what I feel or like what's going to come through in the reading. Like it can take me a while to get there too. Like it's, you know, remember that movie where it's like today, Junior? Sometimes it takes me a while to get there, but I got to go with the flow, right? This is talking about as long as you go with the flow, you accept things as they come, you experience the emotions, you don't focus on the problem, you focus on the solutions, you're going to flow in the direction that you need to go. You have the Queen of Wands, okay? This means you got to take action. You got to be very, you got to be confident in who you are. You got to go in the direction that you want, and you got to be self-sufficient, okay? This means like the only person who's going to take care of you is you. The only person who's going to do what needs to be done is you, okay? Nobody else is going to do it for you. You can sit there and you can talk about, I want this, I want that, I want this to change, I want that to change, I'd like this, I like that. Okay, what are you going to do about it? You got to be the Queen of Wands. You got to take action on it. Nobody's going to do it for you except you. You want change, you create the change. You want to build a firm structure that's unbreakable, you got to do that, okay? That means you might have to knock on 100 doors and, you know, be rejected 100 times. But you got to still hold hope, okay? And you got to still keep going. It's very creative energy. You got unorthodox energy here about your dreams coming true. So this is like things may happen in manners that you didn't, negatives are actually positives. Like things can happen in an unorthodox way. It's like you may be at a job and you may have wanted a promotion, but you got a friend that's going to offer you a job that's better pay in hours than what you're actually doing now. Okay. Some of you have a Queen of Wands in your life that's very, she can say something shocking. Jeez. I do have a Taurus boss now too. I say the most ridiculous things to him, you guys. Oh my goodness. But a Taurus, I love it. He just like looks at me like I'm an oddball, but you know, like that, like also like, holy shit, that just answered the question. And he does that for me too. It's fabulous. I love it. I love it. Okay, there could be, you know, the Queen of Wands is unorthodox. You got to, okay, the Queen of Wands is a leader. Okay, so if this is you talking about you, you got to be a leader, which means you don't follow. Okay, leaders go off the beaten path. You may have to go off the beaten path. Okay, And some of you guys are going to have like, I feel newness, turning of events. Like if you want change, you got to create it. I definitely have that. So it's like you want to educate yourself, change your career. There's programs that can help you, people that are going to offer you help. Okay, as long as your heart is fully in it, then you're going to proceed forward. You have the Knight of Wands, and then you have the Wheel of Fortune. So this is definitely talking about taking action. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune, if you look in the card, it's associated with all the fixed signs. Okay, so this is like you have fixed things that it got to happen in your life. Okay, it's the wheel. It constantly moves. So that means that, you know, like what goes up must come down. Okay, when, you know, there's no happy without sad, no sad without, you know, like happy. There's no good without bad, no bad without good. You have to have both of them to transmute. Okay, with the Knight of Wands, it's how you learn what you want and what you don't want, what you will accept and what you won't accept. It's how you learn what to do and what not to do. Okay, it's by taking action and making the mistakes. This lady does that. All right, if she falls, she gets back up. But she also expresses her feelings and her emotions in the moment. Okay, they don't necessarily have control over that, but you know, like that's the Wands characters. That's how they're able to move forward so quickly and be optimistic. Okay, is because they know what the problem is. They've dealt with it. They're not retaining emotions or feelings. Okay, they're not staying stuck in one spot. They're making changes. They're making movements. Okay, they've done reflection. Wheel of Fortune is talking about specific lessons that you must have to learn, okay, that are fixed. So there's like fixed things that have to happen in order for you to proceed forward. So like negatives to happen, you know, like you met a person, you had a baby with them, but you wouldn't have had babies unless you met that person. That was fixed, okay, and you're no longer with that person, but you have the child. Fixed. Okay, what was bad is good. After every lesson comes a blessing. Okay, because, you know, maybe the next person you meet, you're only going to have boys with, and this person you had a girl with. Okay, but you wouldn't have gotten a girl unless you were specifically with that person. Okay, because the next person that's fixed to come into your life, you're only going to have boys with. Okay, so, you know, it's like some people are blessed to have one love throughout their whole lifetime. Okay, that's a blessing. And then other people are meant to come across multiple people. Okay, like in here, you got 4 signs, so 4 different people. Okay, that you're going to love. And that's a blessing too. Not everybody gets a chance to have that love with multiple people. Okay, some people are only meant to come into this life to experience one love. Each way, any way that you look at it, it's a sacrifice they're both making. Okay, they're both experiencing different lessons and heartbreak. Okay, you have moon cycles coming through here. Jupiter is also associated with the Wheel of Fortune, so it's like after every lesson comes a blessing. That's in here too. Okay, you have capabilities. You got to be new at things. It's very creative. Like, I don't know what you guys are creating. It's kind of beautiful. Unexpected is coming through here. So it's like, you know, if you do artwork, maybe you can make tarot cards. Okay, different way of getting your art out there. Or, you know, you see up and coming bands on YouTube and things like that. They need artwork for their CD covers. Okay, or maybe not CD covers anymore, but for posters and things like that. And, you know, you can approach them, or authors that have stories. You can approach them, you know, with your artwork. Or you do arts and crafts. You knock on the doors of restaurants and things and put it in there. You know what I mean? Like, because, you know, some restaurants, if you do jewelry, they actually have like little jewelry stands in front by the cashier. Okay, and you can ask them to carry your jewelry for you. You might get rejected from, you know, a bunch of places, but, you know, keep at it. Keep going at it. Okay, your hardships make you wiser. I see like your third eye opening too. Your dreams are quite important to you guys. But this is definitely talking about taking action, right? Being action oriented, moving forward, creating your stability. Again, nobody's going to do that but you. I mean, it's unfortunate and it's hardcore truth, but, you know, it's true. Nobody knows what you want except you. Okay, and you might get things in the way you need, not the way you want. All right, so know the difference between your needs and your wants. So you also want to ensure that you're making short-term sacrifices for long-term gain, and you're not sacrificing your long-term for short-term. Instant gratification. You don't need instant gratification. Okay, you want to build stability here with 4. Okay, you want to build long-term, and there's no shortcuts in that. That involves learning lessons. That involves going to school and getting an education. Okay, in some cases, because you got people that have high educations and they think that they're better than other people. That's not necessarily true. Geniuses come in all way. Okay, there's people out there that dropped out of university and college and high school, and they're quite successful. Okay, like the guy who invented Facebook. All right, like the Steve Jobs. Okay, these are people they were intelligent regardless. Okay, and intelligence can't be stopped. All right, like people can do whatever they want to you. They can take away your pride, your ego. They can embarrass you. They could cheat you, lie to you, steal from you. Okay, but the one thing they can't take is that mind. All right, they can't take your integrity. They can't take your mind, and they can't take your free will. All personal choice. All right, like, and you grow through adversity. Okay, so your enemy is really your friend because they're teaching you things. So the way you perceive things has got to be different. Oh, it's funny. Okay, because with the Tower and the Queen of Wands, actually me and this Taurus, my boss, we're talking at work one day where we both get taken advantage quite a bit because we're nice, right? In my case, I'm compassionate and I'm pretty patient. Okay, that's due to what I have in my sign, and I'm also an observer. Okay, in my astrology chart. And I said to him one day, because he was like, these people are quite egotistical and like uncaring and unsympathetic, and he's like, you and me, we're quite sympathetic and caring. And I said, yes, but in life there's things that you have to learn, and in our case we have to learn from them how to be more firm. Okay, how to say no, how to set boundaries properly. Okay, and like in the specific circumstance we were both dealing with. Okay, and in the other person's case, they had to learn to become more compassionate. They had to learn to understand that in order for you to be helped, you have to help people. Okay, it's not all about you. You can't be selfish. Okay, you can feel good from helping people. All right, and you don't need validation or praise or somebody. You don't need to receive anything in order to do something good. Okay, because like in the situation we were dealing with, these people were like one of those people where it's like, I'll only help you if you help me. Okay, like there's no benefit I'm gaining from you, so like screw you type thing. I'll screw you over, right? Like, and we were the opposite of that. Okay, like, and I said to him, don't allow it to change you, just learn from it. Okay, like, and like he was like, holy crap. I said it in a much better way. All right, I'm a Sag. It happens in the moment. And then he blew my mind with something that he said afterwards too. You do got to take action and changes. All right, like anything new that you want, you're gonna have to create it. Okay, like so, and you're gonna have to gather the information needed and talk to the people that you can't allow pride and ego to get in the way. You need help. You need to ask for help. Okay, there's people out there that actually care and will help you, and will take a hit for you. It seems like you have the Tower here and the Queen of Wands. She'll take a hit for you. Like I know my boss has taken the hit for me once, and I took the hit for him another time. You got people that are willing to stick their neck out for you. It is showing that, and if you've done that for other people, well, then that's coming. That's going to come back to you. I do feel like you may have somebody that is, I don't like, you don't even have the cards that show somebody stole an idea from you. But if that was the case, they did it due to ego. Okay? And they're a follower. They're not a leader, and things will catch up with them. Don't worry about it. All right? Some of you need a vacation. But again, you need to focus on the self. Queen of Wands, okay? She focuses on the self because she knows what's good for her is good for the people around her. Okay? And sometimes people are holding themselves back out of fear. She's not afraid to, even when she's afraid, she'll still try to break those barriers. You got break here. Okay? She could fall on her butt, but she'll get back up. Been there, done that. I'm going to be there and do that again, you guys. Life is just, you got to feel, all right? It's beautiful and it's both sad, okay? Like, but like sadness comes from beauty, all right? Like, I don't want to use the saying without pain, there's no glory. Okay, but like, let's give the example of a mother here giving birth. It's the most painful experience that you'll probably have. I don't know it personally. I haven't had a child. Okay, but through that pain came something beautiful. I do feel like there's a mother-child here because you got the Queen of Wands and then the Knight of Wands. Okay, so out of darkness comes light. Okay, like great artists, okay, right, you know, with good music, okay, like Adele, we'll say Adele, you know, she became famous after she accepted her heartbreak and she chose to transmute it and express it, okay, she didn't hide it, she showed it to the world, okay, like, so don't be afraid to be who you truly are, okay, because the world's got enough copycats, all right, and you don't become a star unless you shine and you stand out because you're different. All right, like, so, and Tauruses are different, man. You guys are so unique. Just be who you are. All right, and screw everybody else. Screw them all, Taurus. All right, you guys represent the High Priestess and the Hierophant. You're highly knowledgeable. All right, only you know what you want. Nobody else can tell you what you want. All right, don't let people put you down with their opinions. Okay, because they're just that, an opinion, nothing more. All right. You want to align what you hear and what you see truth here, enlightenment. Queen of Wands, she's fire, all right? Like she'll tear through walls, okay? And she will call people out on their ish. She's not afraid to do that. She's not afraid to stand separate, okay? But this isn't talking about, it could be talking about not holding on to things, expressing it in the moment, because that's what fire signs do. When they're angry, they express it, okay? But, it's not the Queen of Swords, which is like cutting things out, okay, or being receptive and hearing truths and saying things. This is about taking action on things, okay? There's no talkie-talkie. It's just walkie-walkie. It's like with the tower, it's like I just got Houston, we have a problem, you know, and then you have this energy of Roger that. The universe coming in and like giving you messages, you know, of how to like fix that situation, you know, like you're gonna meet the right people at the right timing, okay? Like you're gonna see what you need to see, okay? Like it could be shocking and you know, like, but you got good news, all right? It's good energy in this reading. I like it. It's pretty short. It's shorter than everybody else's. I like it. Let's pull out some. I'm just gonna make it longer. I shouldn't though, because I'm trying to get these short. Not everybody likes long readings, but you know what? I only have a certain time frame to do these. I really don't have a lot of free time. I work extraordinarily long hours. You know, like I travel a long distance too to get to work. I am a Sagittarius, Leo moon. I got a Sag Mercury, which means Aquarius, Mars, and Venus. It's chaos, guys. I'm not even gonna lie. Stuff coming at me from every direction, you know? Like, at one point in my life, you know, when I was younger, okay, because this is the younger energy. It's like when you're all stressed, you know, like I seen this like Prince of Bel Air video once. It's like a clip on Facebook. Okay, it's like what was it? The way stress used to, the way I used to react to stress, and it's like the character Ashley. Phil's daughter is standing there and like tennis balls are coming at her and she has a rack, right? And she's trying to hit him, but she's screaming, she's like, oh, and the tennis balls represent stress coming at her, you know, like, and she's freaking out. And then the quote goes, and this is the way I handle stress now. And Will Smith comes jumping out and he's all smiling and he's like hitting each one of those balls, like, yeah, this is like, you know, going right at those problems, you know, hitting them straight on as they come at you. Don't avoid them. Because that's when it becomes the tower, right? You know what you got to deal with? Now take the actions to deal with it. Oh, it's so weird how I get certain things. Well, let's see this tower here. I mean, you got great energy here. It's just you taking the steps to make it happen, though. So, like, if change isn't occurring, it's, well, then you're not self-reflecting. You're not taking the steps necessary. You're not swallowing your pride and ego and asking for help. You're not doing the research. Those all take action to happen. For all of those things to come forth, you got to take direct action on it. It's no more thinking about it. Okay, it's taking action on it. Think later. Well, you got to think about what you want, right? Like, but do you need it? All right. In order to be a master, you don't just jump to being a master. You make sacrifices for that, dedication and effort go into that. Oh, that's a lot more cards than I needed. Oh, you have the Three of Wands. You see the hands there? It's like walking. Get it moving, you know? You don't want to see talk, you guys. You want to see action. All right? So you got the Ace of Swords, and that's consciousness. Okay? In order to be conscious, you have to be aware. Okay? So this is like the people around you. They may be good talkers, but align their actions. All right? Watch their actions. If they're like, I did this, I did that, I did this, okay, what do their actions show? When they're at work, okay, like, if I'm, like, you want to watch, okay, because you, like, if you see somebody being a good worker, but they don't say it, okay, and then you have somebody who's saying they're a good worker, but you never see them do anything, okay, align the two, what you hear and what you see, all right, that's how you're going to gain awareness, but you do have to be aware of things, okay. You got consciousness, awareness. Okay, you got to protect your mind. You got to be patient. You know, you're really working on things here. You got to put the work into it, though. You have the Fool card there, and sometimes Taurus, you got to play the Fool, the Fool, the Fool. All right, the Fool is not foolish. All right, for him to get to the top of the mountain, or her, she took action to get there. All right, that means she had to face, you know, like, she had to face things, or he had to face things in the forest, you know, to get to the top of the mountain, because you got to climb it. And that's a lot of energy you got to put in that. Okay, you got to pack your sack. You got to carry it with you. You know, you're going through forests, through rivers, through oceans, you know, through deserts. You're experiencing, you know, both heaven and hell, because you meet people that are bad on the way, but you also meet really good people, and they teach you things that you end up absorbing, and you take their skills on, and for things you had to learn in order to get to that top of the mountain. And the Fool, once he's at the top of the mountain, you see him overlooking things. He has his dog. His dog is loyal. Okay, the dog warns you of danger. They'll bark. Okay, that includes, like, with people. If they're growling at people when you have an animal, it's because they can sense things that you can't. All right. So people have bad intentions towards you. Well, you'll be warned about that, and you'll be given the solutions on how to handle it in an unexpected way. Unorthodox. So things, the universe can give you signs and symbols around you, synchronicities, that type of thing. But once you're on the top of that mountain, you're overseeing everything. You have foresight. You can see what terrain you're going to have to face. Once you pick the direction that you want to go, you know what you're going to have to do. You know you're going to have to go through a river. You know you're going to have to slash through forests. Okay, you know that there's major cities coming ahead, and you've heard the stories about those cities, and you know one of them is there's a lot of thieves in there, and you got to make it through, you know, like, you got to make it past the bridge where the, you guys like my metaphors and analogies? You got to make it past the bridge with the trolls underneath, all right? Like, you're going to have to face the trolls, okay? All right, you guys, hopefully this helped you out. I wish you the best of the October. I will talk to you in November. Namaste and ciao for now.